you by my side, cause it's cold now. We drive till the light shines bright in our eyes.
Grouse Mountain. The Grouse Mountain trail's closed, so I took the alternative trail today, and this is my video with all my top tips and some trail footage. From the trailhead, there's clear signage which details both trails, the Grouse Grind and the BCMC route. The BCMC is the slightly longer but less steep route. There's also a warning about bears and cougars in the area. From the initial trailhead, you come to this gate, which opens at 7 AM, and from there you can take the trail up. The day that I hiked the trail, the Grouse Grind was closed, so I had to take the alternative BCMC route, which is clearly depicted by the little yellow tags on the trees, and that's what you're going to look out for so that you don't lose the trail. It's pretty heavily forested and wooded, and it's pretty steep. For the first mile you're climbing pretty much continuously. You're also going to be climbing over a lot of roots as well, so make sure you've got good shoes on so that you can manage your footing well. So the first piece of advice I'd give you for this trail is bring layers, because it's so steep, so you start off really cold and you warm up so fast. But there's a few people on the trail. It's normally very crowded, but it's a holiday weekend and I started early, so I'm frog hopping with some guys ahead, but so far it's not been too crowded. But I think some people might have hopped the fence and taken on the Grouse Grind as well, which I wouldn't say to do. If it's closed off for a reason. So yeah, but it's a good workout. It's definitely one of those trails where you feel like you're getting nowhere, but then you turn around and you see how steep it is and how far up you've come, and then you realise that actually maybe you're not doing too bad. The trail has been developed recently, so there's a lot of sections where either there's been trail work recently or they're currently working on it. So you do get some new wooded sort of areas, and there's quite a lot of signage as well to keep you posted on where you are. After the trail junction, you come to this, it's not really a plateau because it's still uphill, but it just opens up a little bit more. You break away through some of the tree line. It's quite moist because this area's probably still had snow until not that long ago. But it's definitely a slight improvement on the intense, steep first mile. At the marker post 33 is where I hit snow. A lot of it is packed down, so it's not too bad, but it got to the point where walking just in hiking boots wasn't really working for me, so I needed to put my spikes on. Not completely necessary, but it is quite slippy in places, so I've stopped and put my spikes on, and I don't think I need them again this year. But late May on Grouse Mountain clearly is still icy and sludgy, so yeah. For the final 0.3 miles, it levels out to just a slight increase of incline, and then you'll clearly start to see the lodge in the distance. so it's taken me an hour and 40 minutes. And I got up to the peak chalet, and look at the snowpack. It really dwarfs you. Well, if you're my height anyway. The lodge at the top, or the Peak Chalet as it's called, has so much facilities. There's a gift shop, there's dining, there's coffee, there's viewpoints, and also there's a really cool grizzly bear habitat, which has got 2 rescue bears located in. So it's quite easy to find. You just follow the bear prints on the floor that have been painted on, and it will take you past the ski lift area, which is closed in summer. You even have a beaver tails up there, as well as a lumberjack show and an owl presentation on the way, and then you come to the habitat.
And also, if you look, Kula's got lighter colored claws than Grinder, so that's another way you can tell them apart if you got good perception there. So the reason these guys are a little bit different in size and color. So bears will sometimes do little sleepwalk patrols around their den to make sure everything's good. And they usually have a backup den in mind somewhere else. And when, again, they base it on daylight and temperature.
If you don't want to tackle the super steep and super crowded trail going back down, you can simply take the Sky Ride. It costs 20 Canadian dollars, which is about £12 in UK money. And it's a really beautiful ride down every 15 minutes, and you get great views of Vancouver as you head down.
It's a cold night, but I'll be alright with you by my side, 'cause it's a cold night. We drive till the light shines bright in our eyes, a cold night.
If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.